so we're going to be doing this little guy right here, the basketball in the hoop. And we're going to start with our orange pot, and we're going to need a black pot too as well, and then both your brushes. Okay, so we're going to load our orange, and we're going to load it nice and full all the way to the top of the silver barrel, like that. Pull it one time across, and we're going to make a nice round circle. I just lay my brush down and go for it in a circle. I get rid of all these puddles of paint because we're going to go back over it with some black paint here pretty soon, so we don't want it taking forever to dry. So we want to make sure that that basketball is nice and even and not a lot of puddles. Okay, then we're going to come to our black paint. We're going to pull it across so that we have a nice flat brush, and we're going to start about 1/3 of the way down of the basketball and kind of come underneath the basketball about 1/4 of an inch. We're making a smaller basketball and hoop, and of course that'll be a little smaller than 1/4 of an inch, but you get the idea. It's about that far, proportionately. Okay. If you've got too much water on your brush, just go back to your pot of paint and pull it across to get some of that water off of there. Pull it across the side of your pot. Okay, so we're going to make these lines here. We're going to start right at the edge here, okay? And we're going to come in just a little bit and flare back out for the basketball net. And then we're going to follow those. We're going to have a couple of them. So we're going to follow those like this, kind of parallel for the rest of it. And these kind of stop all at the same spot. And then we're going to take it at a diagonal, and we're going to create the little cross hatches here. And they stop kind of in the air when you're down here and there's nothing to stop it. Okay, they kind of stop in the air. Okay, so once you have the netting, and you come back up and your basketball should be dry. You're going to go thin to thick, back to thin, and try not to stick your finger in the paint like I just did. Just wipe it right off, or you'll leave little trails everywhere on their skin. You're going to come back thin to thick on the other side. Okay, and then a basketball has specific markings, and basically one comes in on the side this way, one comes in on the side this way, one down the middle, and then you have one kind of swooping down this way. Okay, it's important that you get that pattern down, otherwise it won't look like a basketball. And then you want it looking like it's coming, you know, swooping into the, like it's flying. So we're going to do some teardrops, long teardrops, and they're going to come into 3 different sizes there, kind of coming in that way like that. Okay, so you can leave it like that if you have a fast, you know, a long line. You don't have to do any highlighting or anything, but we're going to show you how to do the highlighting just to kind of give it a little extra pizzazz if you have a little extra time, or you're just at a small birthday party. So if you can give me the white. Thank you. Okay, so, and we're just going to highlight like we would highlight any of our other designs. Way up on the tip, and we're just touching here and there. We're not outlining in white. Okay, so we'll give it a little bit of a highlight to the basketball. A little bit of highlight. You want a thin brush by pulling it across the pot. You're just going to highlight some of these nets, and you know, kind of highlight the other way too. Okay, like that. You can highlight a little bit of that down there. Highlight some of these if you want. Highlight the bottom of that. Whatever, you know, just a few here and there. Okay. And if my teardrops were dry, I could highlight those too, but they're not quite dry. A little bit here and there. Okay. And that is your basketball.